Is this possibly an illegal technique to get a literary agent? Yes. But I am prepared to take any chances to be seen. So regardless who you are, please stick around to listen to the dream of an author. Hello, those of you who are new here, my name is Ella Jean, a so far unpublished fantasy author. I'm trying to get what I truly believe is a wonderful book published. It's called For Those Who Seek Magic, and I know it is something incredibly special. If this actually catches the attention of an agent, I will break it down for you real quick. This is a younger YA fantasy set in Chicago, Illinois, following the 14-year-old Margie Turnell. She is a fantasy nerd and finds comfort in books. That is her thing, that is her happy place. They take her away from her current world, where she has parents who are trying to push her to be more mature. She is trying her best to write, to emulate these books that she loves so much, but is too nervous of a person to share with anyone. She finally proves that magic is real. She learns that said magic is what left her grandmother unresponsive in the hospital. She's right, magic is real, but it all comes at a cost. And there's a small chance that the creature that put her grandmother there may be coming after her as well. So of course, what are you left to do but to go on a magical adventure to save your grandmother, right? That seems like the easy decision. Magical adventures are hard, and Margie doesn't know where to start. Books just kind of make them appear, and she learns pretty quickly that's not how things go. But she eventually finds a Nephilim named Florian, who offers to help as long as she helps him with his mission, killing a demon that is plaguing Chicago. I mean, seems like a good bargain because demons are obviously evil. If you have the son of an angel with you, it shouldn't be that difficult, right? But magic is not as simple as books make it seem. Not every demon deserves to die, and not every angel is avenging for the proper reasons. So it leaves Margie no choice but to team up with a retired demon, a magical conspiracy theorist, a pragmatic magic denier, and a 5'1" gremlin, not literally, to keep her human life in check and figure out how to deal with these consequences of a failed magical adventure. Because the consequences follow you long after the pages close. I like this world, and if, by golly, I actually got an agent to watch this, you're more than welcome to watch the rest of the video, but I kind of am going to break down why I think the book may be a little too quirky to be the most marketable book, and why I honestly think I am not getting a lot of full requests. You see, I have to have enough confidence to think this is a good enough book. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I can't hold myself to that. So I looked for other answers as why this book, despite being the best I've ever written, is getting no full requests. And I think there's a chance that as a younger YA book that is very humorous and self-referential and half satire on the fantasy genre as a whole, that's not quite as what's marketable in the industry right now. We are seeing a lot of dark, older books that have a focus on romance. I have an ace arrow main character. You're not going to get a lot of romance from me. More so, the book is quirky. It's framed as if written by Margie Turnell herself. Basically, the idea is it looks like she's shared her first draft. It's better than a first draft, I promise you. It is not my actual first draft, but it is written to be the first draft. Big quotations, this is not a first draft. Don't ever try to query your first draft. That she's now shared with her friends and getting critiques in a Google Doc. It's an experience I hold very dear, as it is some of my first experiences I got with critiquing. Seeing those comments pile up from people that aren't actually writers, and so they don't know how to leave like official comments, so they're just fun, and I think they're interesting and a good way to get character building and a good introduction to these characters and this world. And I truly think it keeps the book from getting too dark, even in the most existential places, because there's some levity with these comments. The thing is, what's really hard about querying is it's a one-size-fits-all template. I love Query Tracker as much as the next person, especially their ability to autofill submissions now. But when the comments are just part of the raw text, it doesn't really look right. It would likely require some special formatting. Either have these comments as footnotes, or like specific margins, or something that makes it obvious they're not part of the story. But you don't get that when you submit the raw data. And as much as I say in the query letter that there's some quirky writing tricks, it's hard to be prepared for that, and I don't know where to explain to agents, this is what I'm trying to do. These comments are not mistakes, they're not weird, they're just a different way of writing. And while self-referential satire fantasy books are a thing, you can look at Dungeon Crawler Carl, you can look at Discworld, which is an entire series based on just having fun with fantasy, they're typically not YA books. They're not really younger YA books, and anytime I try to comp books outside of my genres, people are like, oh, you shouldn't do that. So I can't compare them to these older adult fantasy books and comp them, because that's not the way you comp. And yet at the same time, I don't have any books that are exactly like me in my genre. Not to say like I am infinitely unique and entirely on my own, but all my comps of this satire fantasy series that works are adult books. If I actually get any agents to watch this and they watch it all the way through. I know this may sound like a lot. This may sound like something you don't want to deal with. And if that is the case, I'm not going to try to convince you because we're probably not the right match for each other. But I truly believe there is a place for this. This is the stories I needed as a kid, and I know there are people out there, kids, who are just figuring things out, who are wanting to have a sense of community and love and hope in their stories that aren't getting it right now. And I know this book can fill that market. It's weird. It doesn't make entirely sense all the time, and I'm still trying to figure out the formatting. But I am querying, so if you've either seen this and would like to send an email, I can leave my address below, or, which is quite possible, if you check it out and happen to see that a Ella Jean Reynolds has sent you a query of the book For Those Who Seek Magic, maybe take a chance on her. This is a weird video, and maybe it won't do anything, but I've seen the internet make weird things happen before. And I think this is a story worth sharing. It's different, but the whole thing is built on happiness, humor, and how friendship powers the world. And can even save it. So I will leave this here. I will pin it to the top of Blue Sky, so when I send you my account, you can check it out if you so wish. And if it doesn't work, for those of you watching who aren't agents, who are just watching to share the message, or because you've subscribed to me and enjoy seeing my weird ramblings about things, keep chasing your dreams. Keep trying, even when it seems like there is no hope left in it. Because as cheesy as it is to say, you gotta believe in yourself first before you can convince others to believe in you. So chase your dreams and I'll chase mine. Because remember, writing is difficult, And daring to continue past the first page is brave, especially the way the world is right now. I want to form community with you because I truly believe that anyone can write and everyone has a story in them. Thanks.